Welcome to the Deucecast Extra. We are back to talk about Star Wars: The Bad Batch, the fourth episode of the second season that I like to call Nintendo's F-Zero, because that's what it felt like to me. I know everybody was saying Mario Kart. It feels more like F-Zero to me, personally, but we will dive into that. Roth, how's it going over there in Wyoming?
It's just going great.
Yeah, still snowed in or no snow or
The snow is not really melted. It hasn't gotten over 30 in the last week, so
good grief.
we're still cold. It's all packed down though, so you're not gonna slip and
That's
fall.
not bad. What's up, Melissa? Thanks for joining. I was wondering if you were going to be able to join, so I'm glad you're here. Even though I know you don't watch Bad Batch, thank you for joining. Garrison, how's it going?
It's going well. I see the F-Zero. I was trying to think in my head what game was that, and yeah, I
Oh,
totally
yeah.
see that.
I think it's more, yeah.
I've never
Coach, what's
played
up,
that
buddy?
game.
Coach hasn't been here in a couple weeks. How's it going, man?
Yeah, I mean, I just thought about the pod racing game personally.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not pod racing.
No, it's not. But it's very
whatever
close
should have
feeling.
been.
Whatever
Should
they
have just
called
made
it.
it pod racing.
Yeah, they should have. I don't know why they didn't. I think they were just trying to be different. I'm not sure.
We're not on Tatooine. It's different. It's
Yeah.
They said in episode 1 that the pod racings only exist in or happens in 3 planets. We should have gone to one of those 3 planets.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, I don't know. What is up, Matt? Man, we've got a
Packed
crew
house.
here. Something else happened on TV this morning that I wanted to talk about. I mean, since this is like the TV wing, even though it has nothing to do with television necessarily, it's more has to do with movies. What did you guys think? Just first impressions. We don't have to dive too deep. First impressions on the Oscar nominations. Roth, what? Any thoughts?
Very disappointed in myself. I have not seen very many of these movies.
Really?
I think I was set up better last year. I'm at 35%. That's for all of the
okay.
full
Best
length.
pictures though. Like how many of the best pictures have you
Best
seen?
picture, I'm pretty close to seeing all of them, I believe.
Okay. Well, that's the only category that really matters.
I haven't seen Tar, Triangle of
Okay.
Sadness, and Women Talking.
Okay.
Dude, no
Okay,
one
so
likes
yeah,
women
you're close to me then. I haven't seen Triangle of Sadness, Women Talking, and the other foreign film.
I'll
All
call it
quiet on the Western Front.
Yes, I have not seen that yet. So what about you, Garrison? Any general thoughts?
Yeah, my first thought was, man, I really need to get watching some films because, I mean, the last year I've been trying to get my degree, and
Oh yeah.
I was also reading a lot more, and I was watching a lot more television.
It's okay.
The television's a good excuse.
It cut back on my movie watching time a bit, and I also exercised. I lost like 40 pounds last year.
You look great,
now
man.
I've gained 10 of it back. So
You still look
I've not
great.
been
It doesn't
exercising as
matter.
much.
It doesn't matter. You still look great.
So I just I think I'm 20% on the narrative films currently. I'm going to be jacking that number up way up soon. I'm kind of sad that some of the films I was starting to watch weren't even nominated. Decision to Leave. Come on, I mean, like,
I was surprised it didn't even get an international. Like, what's up with that?
That is crazy.
That is very strange.
I've seen like 85 2022 movies.
Mm-hmm.
I just picked the wrong ones, I think.
Jacob, I watched 120 films last year for 2021. And
2022?
No. 20. So I'm talking about last year's Oscars.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I watched 120 films, and by the time we got to the Oscars, I was like, I still haven't seen like a bunch of these. I saw all the Best Picture stuff, but yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Women Talking is still not really accessible. It's only in like bigger cities. I know it's probably in Dallas, so anybody that lives over there can probably go see it.
Broker over there.
I know. I'm jealous of all those things. But I do love Birmingham, so I'm not going to move just to go to a bigger movie city.
No.
Oh, Brian, what's up, buddy? Just noticed they were in here. It's the Raisinets. That's right. Melissa and her Raisinets. But yeah, I mean, I was kind of hoping, and I know that the Academy would never do it, but I was kind of hoping to see Tom Cruise's name in the Best Actor.
I was too, but it didn't happen anywhere, and I don't really think he campaigned, and so
no, I don't think he's
even too busy jumping out of planes and jumping off cliffs on bikes.
He wants to make movies for us guys, and that's what matters most.
And that's all that matters to me.
We can reward him with a Deucey,
and
that's right.
And we should, but we'll see. We'll see.
Maybe it's because I haven't seen a fair amount of these yet, but last year I feel like was a much stronger year for the Oscars, and I think even for movies as a
Interesting.
whole.
I think I agree. And last year was considered kind of a weak year for some people, and they were like, 2022 is going to kill it. But we had so many disappointing big films this year for me personally.
Yeah, for sure.
I think
even non-Oscar bait ones, like the Marvel stuff, was disappointing, and that stunk.
Yeah. And I think everybody thought maybe the Sam Mendes Empire of Light was going to be better or like more
that got
beloved.
nominated.
It did get nominated for something, but more beloved, I guess. And everybody thought Babylon maybe would be more beloved than it was, and it was just very divisive. And so, I mean, I think all the Oscar bait movies didn't really bait the voters. I mean, so they went kind of a different way. That Andrea Riseborough thing is very strange. Apparently she self-campaigned
hard.
Yeah. Which I have not known an actress to do that before, or an actor to self-campaign for something like that. But maybe she's very proud of the role, and so she gets a nomination. That's fine.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's.
We all know who's getting Best Actress anyway. So
do we now?
Yes, her name's Kate.
I don't know.
I can't make a judgment because I've not seen Tar yet. But once it hits Peacock, I will be seeing it.
Just look at the winners on the other awards.
It's not going to be Michelle Yeoh, you don't think?
No. It's going to be Kate.
I don't think so. I think Kate's she's won 4, hasn't she? I mean, she's not.
Yes, a lot of people sweep these awards, Mikey.
I don't think it's going to be her. Michelle Yeoh's won just like, I mean,
look. You're just talking to the guy that went 22 for 23 on Oscar picks last year.
My gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, well then in that case, who's winning Best Actor?
I have not done all my homework yet.
Okay. That's fair. Okay.
Please don't let it be awesome.
We're losing the chat here. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna talk about this episode. It's technically called Faster. Like I said, I think it should be called Super Nintendo's F-Zero because that's exactly what it reminded me of.
Or how about Skipper?
Skipper, yeah, exactly. I'll say this about it. I'm certainly okay because Clone Wars had some of these. I think even Rebels maybe had like 1 or 2 of these. Puffer Pig, I'm looking at you. Where they're like kind of like just filler. Like maybe you just saw a really heavy episode the week before, and this is like the come down. This is like okay, we're gonna give you something that you can just turn your brain off and enjoy the fact that you're watching an animated series that, for me, some of the best animation I have ever seen. I mean, really, really sharp. Like the colors were bright. It looked great. And so that sort of got me engaged into the episode because it did look so good. But that's just my like. What about you, Roth? What did you? I know you in the pre-show you said you didn't love it, but
yeah, I am finding out that I never rewatched any of season 1. The last couple episodes I've rewatched them for the show. I'll watch them usually on Wednesdays, and then like half an hour before we record this, I rewatch it so it's fresh in my mind.
Sure.
I think I'm going to stop doing that. I think I'm just going to start taking notes while I'm watching it for the first time. I think this is a good one-watch show. Like I enjoyed the episode the first time. Second time, I was struggling to not look at my phone and scroll Instagram or whatever.
I'm with you. The doom
I
scroll.
watch it once right before we go on.
And that's kind of like what I've started doing a little bit. Like I'll watch it the day before. So I didn't watch it today. I watched it yesterday. So because I do want it to kind of be fresh on my mind, like a little bit, and I try and watch it kind of during the day a little bit because sometimes I apparently miss lots of the shows I watch, and I don't even know I miss lots of the shows I watch. Like you guys have told me scenes of 1923, full scenes of 1923 I've missed. So apparently I need to stop watching television at night.
That was an interesting time. Yeah. I remember that. I haven't even seen it, and I remember it.
Yeah, I've done it's twice. It's happened twice now. I don't know what's going on with me. But anyways, so a couple things. This one comment from Coach does interest me because there was one thing that, and I'm not even going to try and remember the character names, but the Ernie Hudson character, the big boss man,
that's of course Grinny Milegi.
Yeah, see, I don't even care about that name.
Yeah, I don't either.
But there was one thing that he said to Sid that was kind of interesting. he said, "Wait until they get to know the real you." And she, of course, was like, "Oh, that's not going to happen. I've changed,
In the
all that
past,
stuff."
yeah.
And so, this to me could be something that might come up later. So,
And he says to them at the end,
mhm.
"Hey, like, that's Admiral would see the loyalty from you guys to her, but you're not going to get that back."
Mhm.
Yeah, he
yeah,
did
it's
Definitely
doubles
could
down.
be
He doubles
setting up,
down. Yeah.
yeah.
So, that's Filoni and his team, and I know he doesn't have much to do with this show, but I mean, usually he doesn't leave that type of stuff just as a thread that never happens.
They're at least setting up a distrust of Sid, even if that doesn't even mean Sid betrays them.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a creeping doubt that comes into their mind about future actions and intense situations where they don't trust Sid.
Yeah.
That's something interesting that could be set up through that this episode specifically. All this stuff is important, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting that the clones that aren't here, right? Hunter and Echo.
Mhm.
Is that it?
Yeah.
The best ones.
There's only 4 of them, right? Yeah.
Yeah, there's only 4.
So like Hunter and Echo not being in this episode kind of makes sense to me, right? Hunter is definitely more of a skeptical character, and
yeah,
Echo
he wouldn't
is
trust.
Echo is too, because that character's been through a lot.
Yes, he has.
Missing an arm for Pete's sake. But so if those seeds were put in those characters' heads, it may they may feel like they would have to write it to where they are immediately not trusting Sid, like just from that character saying
I
it.
can
So
see that.
doing it with these 3 kind of makes sense as well.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see if next week will be just the Hunter and Echo episode. Maybe
Yeah,
what they get into is also important.
No, it's not, because they were just going for chicken nuggets or something.
But that's what they said. But maybe
that was
more.
Wait, what?
Maybe they run into trouble.
At the very beginning, they were like they're off picking up chicken nuggets or something. Or
it wasn't chicken nuggets, but it was like a routine simple thing. Yeah,
it was something nuggets. It was like some type of nugget, wasn't it?
But it was not chicken.
I know it wasn't chicken, but it was some type of nugget. It was like they're getting provisions, basically. They're off.
Interesting. Okay.
But I'm like, provisions for who? I mean, what are they? So no,
they live at a bar.
Yeah. I know.
That was a rough start to the episode, by the way. As soon as they were like Hunter and Echo aren't here, I was like, oh, this is no. Those are like my favorite characters.
I mean, I like Tech. I mean, Tech.
I like Tech and Wrecker, but they're just not up there like Echo and Hunter for me.
Yeah.
Tech is probably above Wrecker for me. Wrecker, they're both very one-dimensional.
Yeah, Wrecker's really one-dimensional.
Yes, and Tech is like he pretty much is just a droid. But we see a little bit more humanity in him.
Brian's making a good point that because they're separated, maybe Crosshair will take advantage of this and attack them while they're weak. That's interesting. I mean,
does Crosshair know yet?
Maybe he goes and attacks Hunter and Echo.
Right. Wait. Hunter and Echo? Yeah. I think that he would more likely go after Omega, though.
Okay.
I mean, that's just I don't know. I
think he wants them all dead, but
oh yeah, he does want them all dead.
Does he know that they're alive?
Oh yeah, I think he does.
I think
he knows they're alive.
Because I thought Rampart was kind of the only one that knew.
I haven't rewatched the show in a while.
I don't know. I can't remember that. I thought that he knew that they were alive.
Let's just pretend I didn't ask that question.
No, I don't know. I thought they knew that they were alive.
I have no idea either.
I thought so too.
See, Melissa, there's always food involved. I mean, so, you being a chef, this is an important show for you to be watching. No, it's not.
Make sure you watch Rebels first so you get the space waffles.
The space waffles, yes, exactly.
And the Melu runs.
I will, like I was saying, I thought that the design for the ships was really cool. I thought the racing was really cool looking. I mean, they did a really good design for all of that. And so it did, like, for a moment remind me a little bit of Resistance, which was all about racing. I know nobody watched that show.
I didn't watch it.
Oh, you guys
reminded you of what?
Resistance.
I didn't watch it.
I don't know what that is.
That's
a cartoon.
No, I know what it is. I've watched the first episode like 4 times, and I have not finished it.
It went for 2 seasons, didn't it?
Yeah, I know. Yes, it did. I could not do it. It's the only. I think it's technically canon. It's the only canonical screen.
Yeah, but nothing
Star
happens
Wars
in
I haven't seen.
Nothing happens in it. Don't even.
Well,
for sure. That's why I'm not super worried about it, especially because
things happen.
if we ever
Mike-
see anything from
I've
the
read the
sequel trilogy
descriptions of the
again,
episodes. Nothing
Oh,
happens.
you pulled a David and read the
Yes.
Wikipedia, huh?
Yes.
Okay. The Wikipedia in this case, I'm guessing.
like, didn't Poe show up a time
He
or
did.
two?
Yeah,
BB-8 was
BB-8
in like
was
the
in the
first
show a lot.
episode. A lot. Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
And guess what? I do not care about BB-8. If you said R2 was in
Hey.
the show, absolutely. I
Oh.
am close to like disliking BB-8.
Speaking
What?
of BB-8,
Yes.
speaking of BB-8, Ben Schwartz was back
Yes.
voicing voicing this droid that was kind of an interesting droid because they didn't change his voice. Like, he was not the type of droid that I'm used to. Like, it was just like, hey, I'm Ben Schwartz. It like sounded like Ben Schwartz. Like, he was just
Sonic.
doing himself. So it was interesting.
I didn't even realize it was Ben Schwartz until I kept going, who is that?
Yeah.
That's someone familiar. And then we got to the credits and I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. I mean, they changed his voice a little bit, but yeah, he talked in the third person. I mean, it was, I don't know. It was okay.
Yeah,
But,
what's the droid's name? Teo.
Teo. Mate Teo.
Did not care for Teo.
Yeah,
He was an infuriating character.
He was made to be infuriating.
For
though.
sure.
For sure. That's the thing.
Yeah. That was the intent of the character. And
I sometimes get annoyed when writers do that. It just make them one-dimensionally annoying and almost want to like them.
Yeah, and the other thing that I have to remember, like, every time I'm watching any of the Star Wars animated series, is that they're meant for kids too.
I was about to say, this is the episode where I was like, yep, this is a kid's show. I forgot.
Yeah, I mean,
especially after last episode.
Right. I know. Like, they do the darkest episode ever and then have like, oh, by the way, this is a kid's show. It's like maybe they were afraid that kids would stop watching if every show was as dark as episode 3 was. And so they're like, oh, we need to throw in something. And I think that if they didn't do that, they would say just do straight storyline and not have any filler episodes. It would maybe not be 16 episodes, probably 12, and it might be a pretty dark like story. And so they have to they got to throw some stuff in.
Yeah, and
again,
seems inconsequential.
They always do throw in something minor in these filler quote unquote
Mhm.
episodes. There's always something that they learn or comes up later on.
Yeah.
I do need to remind myself, it's nice to have these palate cleansing shows where it's not The Last of Us that is super dark and super intense and like that show should premiere at 1 PM, not at 7 o'clock, because it's so intense that you like just makes your blood almost kind of boil and you can't fall asleep after it. So it's nice to have a show like this to where you can just watch it and not necessarily turn your brain off, but just have fun with it.
I watched The Last of Us and then immediately watched Mayor of Kingstown, and that is super bleak. That is like the bleakest. That's even more bleak than The Last of Us because it takes place in present day in a city that all that stuff can actually be happening. Probably it's a fictional city, but I mean it's supposed to be Detroit-esque or whatever, and it's just like so bleak. And so that was a rough night. I was like, man, I need to watch a comedy or something. I mean, it was rough. But yeah, I mean, it's a kid's show, and you get every once in a while. I mean, this is the type of episode. It's the reason that Rhett doesn't watch Star Wars animation. I mean, just because it would allegedly.
And doesn't watch 1923.
I really don't.
Do you don't even have
my
Paramount
dad,
Plus? Right?
Yeah, we do.
Oh,
actually, my dad was like, "Should I watch 1923 without watching Yellowstone?" And I was like, "Dad, I don't watch any of this, so I don't know."
The answer to that is definitely yes. He definitely can. Like, there's
okay. Yeah, I literally told him ask Michael because I don't want to say yes or no on that. And
I think that 1923 is doing things a little bit differently than 1883 did. And 1923 is like more of almost like a romance in a way. Like there's a lot of
so far.
There's been a lot of more of that. I mean, and there was some of that in 1883 as well, but that ended pretty quickly.
The Nun is really romantic, yeah.
But yeah.
From what I can tell.
We forget that those parts happen.
He did decide to come.
Wow.
Hello.
Look at this.
Of course.
Well, you alluded to the fact that you might not be able to make it.
I'm a but I'm here.
You're like,
Are we talking about pod racing or skiff
No,
racing?
we were actually talking about 1883 for a second because we talked about pod racing, or
There's
what
not
did they
that
call
much
it?
you can.
Did they call it ridge racing? What did they call this
I don't
racing?
remember.
Riot racing.
Riot racing.
Yes.
Yes.
Riot racing.
Yes. Which was so weird. A weird name.
Well, I
No rules in a riot.
Yeah, I think like because
Just
it's kinda
murder
like
ball.
that. Yeah,
I think I would have liked to murder racing. more.
murder racing. Sebulba arrives.
This
I think
was a
Brian just
peaceful
called
riot.
you Sebulba, Dr. Earl.
Yeah.
Sebulba!
We've said our spiel about the episode already. What are your thoughts, Dr. Earl?
I mean, it was a episode of.
Okay, yeah, it's okay, fair.
Wait, you didn't
24
like
minutes
this?
It was an
long.
homage to.
This is
Phantom
the best
Menace.
episode they've had of Bad Batch. That's what we were all talking about.
Yeah, that's
that
exactly
right?
what. No, that's not what we were.
Yeah, we're
saying.
calling for the Emmy on this one.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Daytime
like that.
Emmy.
I like
Not
that.
even
Tech,
no
It
prime
would
time.
be, yeah.
I like that Tech was the hero. I do like that.
Yes.
He got to be the guy to win the race by studying
Sure.
everything, and it was kind of neat to see him
Ted,
sort
what's
of
up, buddy?
be. Yo, what's up? And Melissa, what's up?
Oh man, yeah, everybody's been hanging out. It's been a good crowd.
I don't know. I mean, I really all I remember is he won the race, and I don't remember why they were racing.
Because
what-
Sid's life was at stake.
Sid's life was at
Sid,
stake.
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Well, that would have been okay if she had gone away, but
Yeah,
No.
and be
Well, we might not be
replaced
able to
by
trust
the
him.
other person. Who's the other person? Again?
no, we don't want that. That'd be worse.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
that's
Wanda
right.
Sykes.
Sid was
Yeah,
being
Wanda
held
Sykes.
hostage, and as one does, we can bet that we could win a race, double or nothing. I think, if I remember correctly,
Mhm.
Something
Mhm.
like that. Yeah.
we get all the chips or something, and yeah.
So, did you like the voice cameos? Did you like Ben Schwartz and Ernie Hudson?
Oh yeah, that was cool to have Ernie Hudson. I guess.
It
And
just
then
is more
Ben
reason
Schwartz,
for him.
I'm sure,
to-
was the
he
robot.
was the robot. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool design on the robot. I mean, that was kind of fun.
I like
Oh.
the face flipping around.
the face would go around. And turn
Oh
around.
yeah. There was that's very much like Transformers the movie, the animated one, the Sharkticons,
Mhm.
or not the where they're not the Sharkticons,
1986 or whatever.
the things that were guilty or innocent, and his face would switch. That
Yes.
was cool. That was, yeah. I can't. it
so-
wasn't Sharkticon, but
I like what Brian said. Coach, is that Coach or no? That's
well,
not
Coach is there, but Brian said something.
Brian
also.
said mega homage to pod racing, and I
Well,
agree.
yeah, but why not just call it pod racing? That's what I'm like. Why
Murder
do
ball
we have to,
Now
thing or-
this is riot racing.
yeah, why do we have to add riot racing unless they're? I mean, I don't understand. But
you know,
it is a kids show. This is for children.
I
So
did
is pod
like,
racing.
So is pod racing. Yeah.
I did like that they didn't do the thing I thought they were going to do, is have like Omega be the one to win the race. I like
Mhm.
that they let Tech have a
Mhm.
moment to
Mhm.
sort of.
Now Omega had some
It-
input in
Yeah.
how
She
to win
did.
the race.
She did.
It seemed like they were priming Tech for it from the beginning, because he was just like from the constant beginning while he was there, he's just questioning everything about the
He
the
was looking
race.
around. Yes,
robot
yes.
was kind of antagonizing him the whole time.
Yeah, I like that the robot was kind of a jerk. That was
Yeah.
fun.
See, we
And
could have
he was
gone to
really
Malistaire or Kurgan's or Thuron or Cantonica.
Like all the
All
places
those
that have
planets
pod
have
racing.
pod racing. Yeah.
Mhm. Right.
Well-
At least they weren't Vespas.
Should I get my DK book and we can talk about? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. So another show that I listen to, and I usually don't like to do this before we record, but I mean, I just happen to.
What else can we do?
Well, sometimes what can you do? But they mentioned that they found it interesting that Tech and Wrecker or whoever was on this planet was okay with their name being, cheered by the crowd, like having such like notoriety on this planet where I'm sure there's like people taking video of them being where
That's
they
a good
are.
point.
I mean, it's an interesting thought, at least. Like, why are they exposing themselves this much? Aren't they trying to be in hiding a little bit? I mean,
And you got to think there's at least one Imperial officer who is
sure,
a
betting on
man
the
of
riot race.
gambling. Yeah.
Of
And
course.
he's-
Maybe on the leave somewhere.
Yeah, or like he's at one of like the horse betting like casino places, and he's watching it on the tiny TV, and he's sitting there going, "Come on, Tech! Come on, Tech!"
Yeah. he's watching Cantina Stool,
Yeah.
and he's betting on everything. Yeah, I mean, look, gambling's a thing in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Coach.
Oh, it is.
And they're
Canto Bite.
they're like in public wearing their clone armor, like, hey, no big deal. I mean, I don't know if it's like a thing that
they're in the backwaters, man. They're in the. I don't know if they are or not. Actually, what planet was this? Do we know?
We know the name of it, but I'm not good with planet names, so I don't ever.
I know.
If Fetmatic was here, he'd be able to instantly tell you what planet it was. But
this is how you summon Fetmatic.
Just by asking for it.
Fetmatic,
yeah, it does. Like, he shows
messages.
up. What planet was this, Fetmatic? And he's like, boom, right here. But yeah, I mean, there was that I was interesting, and now you've got this
Sofatoma.
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 So many.
And I will forget that tomorrow.
There was so many planets. Like, ever since,
yes,
so many planets. Just too many. It's a big universe.
Ever expanding galaxy.
Yeah. Yeah, Canto Bite.
Yes, that is true.
Could have been Canto. There was people probably at Canto Bite watching the race, though, gambling on it. I mean,
yeah. Well, that's coming, man. Canto Bite visit is coming, I'm sure.
Oh, that's right. There is a Canto Bite visit in this series. Is
there?
Season? I think. I thought we saw that.
Oh, really?
In the preview.
I kind of remember that now.
I thought we saw that in the preview, but I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't remember the preview at all.
There's been several.
Look, I didn't hate the world building in Canto.
Look, the animation was great, was it not?
Yeah.
I mean, it looked really sharp.
I liked a sort of upscale sort of, but it was just, I don't know. The story there sort of lagged a little bit.
Oh, Canto Bite.
Yeah.
You're talking about Dr. Earl.
Oh,
yes,
I thought
Canto
you were talking.
Bite.
Yeah.
I don't mind the world building there. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I'm Canto Biting. Is that a term?
Is that a verb? Wait.
Wait, what?
Canto Biting? Yeah, I mean, I hope that the Ernie Hudson character comes back, because I think he's a good foil for Sid. So I hope he inserts himself a little bit into like getting her in trouble.
I mean, he was a gangster.
Yeah.
He was thugging.
Yeah. But he was also come on. But he was also saying, like, don't trust her. He was telling him don't trust her, right?
Yes, don't trust Sid.
Oh, and that was, I did like that little spot at the end there. He goes, well, you guys think you've won, but
well, yeah, there was that. And then when it was just the two of them talking, he was like, I know you can't be trusted. And she's like, oh, I've changed or whatever. So I don't know, laying some seeds.
Not when she's running with Wanda Sykes.
What?
Rhea Perlman and Wanda Sykes hanging out.
Come
together.
on, man.
I'm surprised that Wanda Sykes wasn't in the episode at the beginning. Just like every time we're in, you know.
Oh, she'll be in one coming up, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure she will.
All about her and someone.
That's funny, Ted.
Yeah, Ted's right. Yeah, that is. Or yeah, if you've got that, if you have a Canto Bite, you need some braces.
That's right. I like that.
So, Earl, before I mean,
we shut this down.
Before we shut this down,
I'm just kidding.
What were your thoughts on the Oscar nominations, or do you even have any thoughts? Have you even had time to?
Dude, I'm not
busy life.
I have not
have you even had time to process.
I've not. I gotta tell you, the Deucecord was popping off. You got to hop in there. Dr.
We were
Earl,
so surprised when Morbius got nominated for Best Picture and Best Actor and Best Cinematography. That dance scene is going to be played over the Academy Awards.
It is.
I'm surprised the score did not get a nomination, but
I'm really surprised the score. Yeah. What is what I'm sorry, Brian's asking a legit question. What is the BB gaining from being with Sid?
Well, who's SYD? No, I'm just kidding. I know it.
Brian, it is CID.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
CID. What they're not.
We don't
that's
recognize who that is. Who is
they? Okay, so what are they gaining? They're gaining money. They're just gaining money.
For money, right?
A home.
Yeah.
No, they're not in debt to her
base.
anymore. They like kind of paid off the debt to her. Okay. So now, I mean, they're like the A team now. I mean, but they're getting paid by.
Don't they?
When you have a job.
I felt like they still sort of owed her something. I don't know.
Oh, I don't think they do anymore, Ted. So I thought that they paid. I thought at like the end of the season last season they paid her off.
I believe that's right.
I thought that was right. So Ted, I haven't seen RRR yet, and so I'll just have to take your word for it. I don't know if it got robbed. Some people think it did. It's a fair assessment. So yeah, I mean, I think that they gain just having something to do, but at some point, Rex is going to come around and Cody's going to come around and call them to duty, and be like, "Look, it's time to get in the fight.
Yeah,
It's time to stop being on the back burners and just doing stuff for yourself."
They also gain her connections and her knowledge of things happening around the universe too.
Right.
I think, which can be valuable.
Yeah, and it's definitely valuable when you don't have, like, where would they call home if not for Sid's bar, for one? And it's when a group of people are in a position like this, it's nice to have some connections to maybe not like the deep underworld, but the shadier side,
the smuggler's den.
Yeah,
if you
the
will.
smugglers and the
It's a little Kyle Newman shout out. Smuggler's Den. That's what he called one of his radio dramas.
I was about to say, is that one of his radio dramas?
Yeah, that's one of his.
I went to
radio
see
dramas.
Smugglers Run, I think it was called, but yeah.
Oh, maybe it was Smuggler's Run. Crap. Crap. Maybe it was Smuggler's Run. Maybe it's not Smuggler's Den.
It definitely was Smuggler's Run, because that's what they named the Falcon ride.
Oh,
yeah, I think it's
bummer.
I've also been on that.
Yeah,
man, I want to know what the Oscars. Man, I just got to find out.
I mean, if you go on to Google and say, "Hey Google, do you have an iPhone or do you have an Android?"
I was going to ask Jeeves. Is Jeeves still out there?
No, Jeeves is not around anymore, dude. I'm sorry. He retired years ago. So,
what about my Alta Vista search engine?
No,
no,
you can't. So that's not going to work anymore.
Well.
Your Prodigy search engine won't work anymore either. Okay,
Alexa,
Brian's trying to keep us. Brian's trying to keep us on track here, and the looks and the focus of him taking care of her, giving her a better life. Well, okay, so I think Hunter's a little bit too doesn't want her out in he's trying to protect her a bit too much.
So are we going to get a Hunter story, like a solo Hunter story this episode? Because they said
Echo
Hunter
was with them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what I said, Earl. Yes.
Oh, like this next episode coming up.
Michael says no because they were just getting chicken nuggets at McDonald's.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Even if they're getting menial,
they were hanging out with Wanda Sykes' character.
Even if they're getting menial tiny things, something could go wrong.
That's true.
It's going to be a buddy cop show with Hunter and Echo.
Oh.
They have named the episode.
They have
Entombed. That's creepy.
See, they get lost and they get entombed. Yeah, they got to get
There's
out.
No description of the episode just yet, but
comes out tonight, so
yeah.
2:00. Are they still doing that?
Yeah, they're still doing the 2 a.m. thing. Like anybody that stays up for this show at 2 a.m. though, I think maybe they need to reevaluate some things.
Yeah,
if they're staying up till 2 a.m. I mean, it's not
the Bad Batch.
The Mandalorian or any of those.
Yeah, if it was like a live, I don't know.
Oh no, Garrison. Michael doesn't even want you to stay up for Mandalorian.
No, not anymore.
He thinks that show is worthless.
Why is he?
I'm just kidding.
Why is he so angry about Star Wars?
This is my favorite franchise now, Jurassic Park.
I saw that in concert this Saturday.
Yeah, see, it's your favorite franchise now, also.
Only the music. Only the music.
Entombed.
Well, it was the movie plus music. They do a live orchestra playing.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a kids show. Entombed for the kids.
Yeah, there are some really dark moments in this show.
What does entombed mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It means to be buried alive, son.
But also there are the pod racing episode, riot racing episode like this, which is very
riot racing.
Riot racing.
They just killed people, right? In the races, didn't they just
yeah, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, no, they did. You're right. I mean, I don't think did we see anyone die though? I think we saw them all crawl out from their wreckage.
But they'd crush their they would they did some pretty
and the ones that would have died were all droids.
Exactly. So yeah, droids don't have a soul. So
it's always weird to me.
KO.
Yeah, it's weird to me to see protocol droids in action doing action things.
Whether that was odd. There was like a
killer protocol droid from the comics with Afra, or if it's this one racing. I'm always just like, I get that.
Or what was it? Bucket of Bones? Was that one of the droids in the book series? He was hardcore.
Oh, well, that
Hardcore
was a battle
protocol.
droid, though.
Yeah, that was a battle droid.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he
Well,
was
what
like
was-
modded though.
Yes.
Modded. We
that
have to
was
use the
the
proper
Chuck
Star
Wendig
Wars term. Modded.
Aftermath series.
Modded.
Michael. We do not
So
talk
Jacob,
about
you reading
Chuck Wendig.
Indiana Jones ripoff comics over there?
No, I did read the first, like, not run, but when Disney took
Mr.
over, I
Bones.
tried to keep up with all the comics. And
Mr. Bones.
Yeah.
It's Bucket of Blood from the High Republic series that I was getting the two characters mixed up, and he's a Jedi.
Is that a droid? No.
Mr. Bones is a it's a droid. I feel so. Gosh, Star Wars is that is so.
All right, we'll talk about other stuff. Garrison, Invincible. They're gonna do a live action Invincible, man.
Whoa,
And
really?
season 2's coming out.
Well,
I didn't
Kirkman's
know
so
about
they've
the
been-
live
they've been-
action.
So
Kirkman's
Kirkman's been
talking about
trying to
that.
get a live action movie done for a while, and that
Yeah.
they've been running concurrently, separate productions.
I know.
And I'm very excited to see that happen. I've read 55 issues or something. I still need to get through more of it, but I'm very excited to see where they take season 2.
Yeah.
The twists that will happen within his family dynamics and other stuff.
It's gonna be crazy.
Because the dad's disappeared, right, in the show. I mean, that's the end of the show.
Right.
He went off into space.
Yeah.
A lot more to come. A lot more with his race to come. Really.
Oh
excited.
yeah, because he's like he's from
Mm-hmm.
space. He's an alien.
Hey, Kirkman just wrote. I mean, I gotta tell you, I prefer the comic personally. I do like the show a lot, but
Well, I think everybody would
there's
say
just
that about
so
anything.
much setup that's just brilliant, and then
Mhm.
payoff. You don't even realize it's set up until it's being paid off in the comic.
Wow.
It's so well done.
That's like this episode of Bad Batch. So much set up in this
Okay.
episode.
They set this up in season 1.
It's going to be
Kirkman
paid
doesn't
off.
make you feel like you're wasting your time sometimes. But
They set it up in the Phantom Menace, and now this is the payoff.
I mean,
That's
and I know
true.
he had little to do with The Walking Dead towards the end of the series, but man, it's talking about just like dragging something
he
on.
had his own comic ending. I don't know if you know that, where it like flashed forward.
Yeah, I figured he
decades
probably
in the
did.
future.
Oh, really?
So so there's not an
Carl's
ongoing.
an adult or whatever, and yeah.
There's not an ongoing Walking Dead series anymore,
He,
or comic
he,
series.
he finished it. In fact, there was like a surprise ending where he put in the trades that he was going to do like a bunch of different issues and then drop the final issue without telling anybody. Except I'm sure a few people knew, but people by large did not know. And he dropped this giant final issue, which kind of told the
Interesting.
ending of the story and how
One of my coworkers just
My
caught
dad
all
read
the
it.
way up with it, and I was like,
Right.
"What? Why would you waste your time with that?" And she's a huge Yellowstone fan and hasn't seen 1883 or 1923. I'm like, "There's so many better shows
Show?
that you could." Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm like,
I
don't.
read the comic at least. I mean, would make sense because, but yeah.
Oh, she's like watching all the Walking
Yes,
Dead.
and she'd never seen it before. I'm like, why would you start this thing that like it's just not gonna end well? I don't. But she liked it. She also likes the original Suicide Squad more than the Suicide Squad.
Oh,
so
well, I'm sorry, Jacob.
Whoa.
Your friend's
Yeah.
got bad taste.
I agreed. I tell her that every day.
Well, dude, look, if we would just get the air cut, then we would finally like this movie.
You release the air cut, man.
Release the air cut.
Air?
The air.
I don't know.
The cut that he says he doesn't want to talk about anymore, but
Mhm.
brings it up all the time.
Mhm.
The cut that tested the same as the studio cut with
Right.
test audiences.
Right,
So they
right.
combined them and made one cut.
Oh wait, what? Okay, what? He sold that book by saying aliens were the cause of the zombies, but totally lied about it. Oh,
Yes. Yeah. That's so okay.
interesting.
So he pitched to the Image staff that he was going to make a zombie comic, and they were like, "Okay, but what's the hook?" And he's like, "It's a zombie comic. I'm making a zombie comic." That's what he wanted to do. And
right.
so they were like, "Well, you need to have a hook." And he's like, "Oh, well, the aliens brought this
And
thing
you're like,
that created the
"Oh."
zombies." And so when he got the series going,
that never.
eventually
happened,
someone came
obviously.
up to him and was like, "This is great. This is fantastic, but I'm not seeing any." He's like, "Because I'm going to be laying hints throughout the series about these aliens." He's like, I don't see any hints of these aliens." And he's like, "Aliens?"
I didn't say anything about aliens.
You must have misheard me.
I was talking about
awesome.
I was talking about
Invincible.
illegal aliens. He wasn't.
Yeah, well,
He was talking about Fear of the Walking Dead. Aren't they in
Yeah, so
Mexico in that
he
one? I
lied.
don't know.
He lied to get his book published, and
hey,
it
good
became
times.
very successful. So
It happens. I mean,
Good for
sometimes
him.
senators lie to get jobs. You know,
I think that's congressman, but
a congressman. My bad, congressman.
He didn't say there'd
never
be
said.
aliens. There would be aliens-ish.
Aliens-ish, exactly.
Zombies are kind of alien. Yeah.
A foreign concept, not aliens from outer space.
If you want a better version of that story told, there's the Image documentary.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's a really good documentary.
Yeah.
Interesting. I need to look that up. I'm sure it's on one of the like Pluto.
It's on.
Or
It was on
It was on
Prime
YouTube free at one point.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow! So they moved it already. It was on Prime last time I saw it.
Oh,
yeah, it's called The Image Revolution. It's still on YouTube for free with ads. The Image Revolution, 2014.
With ads, unless you're a Prime, unless you're YouTube, whatever they call it, premium.
We're talking to the audience, Mikey, and they probably don't pay for YouTube Premium.
That is one that I should pay for because it's like all I watch and I don't. I just sit through the commercials. It's so stupid. But
Dude,
I
it's
just
so worth it.
I know. Why don't we?
It's worth it alone because for the background viewing too on your phone. I could not.
You can do that.
I love
now
that.
For a lot
you
of
can do that
videos.
without.
Yes. Now the people who put out the
Oh.
videos can mark it as background viewing or not.
Oh, so most of the people I watch are jerks. Okay.
Yeah. So you don't have to have premium to do the background viewing
Not anymore. It changed.
Why am I even paying
a couple
for this?
months ago?
No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, I watch so many commercials, and I've turned off the ad preference thing, so it's I get Spanish commercials all the time.
I get Spanish commercials all the time
I do
too.
too.
Is that what
I'm like, what? Why am I getting a Spanish?
That might be worth it. That might be fun.
I get like Spanish, like toothpaste and Taco
Mhm.
Bell, and like
Mhm.
all in Spanish.
Yes, and I'm like,
"El último para
and
dientes."
it's so much louder than the English ones, and I'm like, oh
yeah.
Oh, see, that's another reason I'm glad I pay for it because I could not handle like if the volume goes up.
Oh,
Ryan, I do have ad block, although I turn it off for certain YouTube creators because I want to support some of them. But I watch a lot of the YouTube content on my phone and my iPad, and they can't have ad block.
Yeah, it doesn't have ad block. Yeah, so. All right. Well, obviously, we don't have much more to say about this episode of Bad Batch called Faster, but yeah, I don't know. But Entombed sounds intriguing, so
yeah, I'm excited.
We'll definitely.
I hope it's an Echo Hunter shoot off.
It's gonna be. What if Omega gets entombed?
Oh no!
Yeah,
mummified maybe.
Well, I don't know about mummified.
Attack of the Mummies.
There was that one episode of
Rebels.
Clone Wars. Well, also Clone Wars where they became zombies. Remember that the bug episode?
We could see that.
Yes, I do. Well, my first thought when I saw the Entombed title was the I can't remember her name now, but it was the Jedi that was quote unquote calling to Kanan in season 1.
No,
it was Barris's master.
Oh,
I cannot remember her name, but I was like, what if that one is dealing with that? That would be out of the blue and very exciting.
That would be totally out of the blue. Interesting. Wait. What? Is this the actual...
A young clone boy finds himself entombed in an underwater labyrinth.
You mean Omega? A young clone girl finds herself entombed?
This is going to be Omega's brother, right? Alpha?
Boba.
Wait, is this serious? Cool. Are you serious, Brian? Is this actually the description? Where'd you find that?
Dang it. Oh.
That can't be.
Luminara.
He just made it up. He just made it up.
Yeah.
Luminara and Dooley.
Oh, Luminara. Okay.
Jedi I was trying to think of.
Yeah. Barrisafi was the bad Jedi, wasn't she?
Yes, and that was her Padawan. That turned in Ahsoka or set up Ahsoka.
Yeah, set up Ahsoka. Exactly. All right. Well, Roth, what have you got coming up on A Good Day for a Movie podcast?
Ooh.
Yeah, let's see. Well, more importantly than that, tomorrow a very great episode of the Deucecast drops.
Oh, that's right.
So you should
very
definitely
great one.
Tune in for that.
I wonder why he's saying it's so great. Because Roth is on the episode.
Well, and it is my favorite Deucecast concept.
Oh yeah,
I love the not 2022 top 10. It's a great concept.
It is a fun list.
Let's see. Our last episode of the Good Day for a Movie podcast was After Yang.
Yes,
Colin Farrell movie. Get into some AI talk.
I haven't listened yet.
I still need to watch that.
I enjoyed our recording of it. The second half was pretty much not about the movie, and I quite enjoyed our AI and humans and that type of talk.
You went
Yes,
down that road. Okay.
we did.
Interesting.
And then our next one is one of the worst movies I've ever seen: Battle Royale 2 Requiem.
Yeah, I saw your letterboxed.
Yeah, it was not.
I try not to look for that before because I kind of want to, but
Mhm.
sometimes I just happen on it the way that.
Yeah, it was
Letterboxd
not
is.
good. But the movie after that's going to be awesome. It's The Mission.
Wait, is that what David picked?
No, that's what I'm picking.
Yes, The Mission
Yes,
with
dude.
Robert De Niro and
Yeah.
Liam Neeson.
Oh
and
man,
who's the other guy?
that's in my
A
top
young
10.
Liam Neeson, a very young, and De Niro's pretty young in that too.
Oh yeah, it's great. And Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy
It's
Irons,
just-
yes.
That's a
it's
really
so solid.
really good
Yeah.
movie.
You'll enjoy that, Jacob.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Thank
I'm
you,
very
Melissa.
excited.
If you like Silence, you'll like The Mission.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
that's why I picked it. I
Yes.
saw a review of Silence by a couple of Franciscan friars on YouTube, and I saw this video next to it, and I said, I am going to have to.
Maybe I
watch
should
that
be a
movie soon.
papist. I love their movies.
I
think
know
you
you might need
should.
to be.
I love all their movies. I love stories about monks
Time to
out in the
convert,
jungle.
Earl.
Oh man, my
Garrison,
world is shook.
where can people find you on the interweb if you would like them to?
You could find me on Twitter at gryfun3, GRYFUN3.
Mhm.
You can find me on Instagram there as well. You can find me on Letterboxd at gryfun, where I've logged a few things this year. I don't really write reviews all that often currently. I do write down my thoughts in a separate paper
good.
thing.
That's good.
Oh,
Paper
that's
is
nice.
good.
I
like
like
paper.
putting I like putting my thoughts down somewhere,
Yeah,
but I don't always like sharing my thoughts with the public.
it's
Mm.
understandable.
Oh,
It's
Garrison,
not you
this
guys.
is a, this is
I
a-
would love to if I could only share it to certain accounts, I'd be okay. But
It's
The Deuce
understandable.
Court.
sometimes I'm like, I don't want people seeing my thoughts about this. But
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand.
This is
fair.
a safe
That is
space.
I know
very fair.
exactly what you mean.
Mikey got an innocuous review taken down or whatever.
Oh, I mean, it's
totally
still
fine.
down.
Oh yeah,
Wait.
they never put it back up,
Wait,
Mine's
Mikey
still
got a
up, by
review
the way.
taken down?
and it wasn't
Yes.
even. It
No,
wasn't. There wasn't anything.
I think I said worse things than you did.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody just some weird disgruntled moderator, because the way from what I understand it, Letterboxd moderators are just
Mm.
ridiculous. They're like they're not people that are necessarily employed with the company. They're just random people. And yeah, it's still down. I don't know.
That didn't used to be the case. They used to all be based out of like
Yeah, I
Sweden or
don't-
whatever they're
I
based
don't know.
on.
That's right, Melissa. Deuce Court is a safe space.
This is the safe space. Well,
Yeah.
Oh
I'm just
yeah.
not
this
gonna type
isn't.
the
Deuce
100-word
Court is.
reviews I write on my thing. So
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
Deuce Court.
Dr. Earl, you're still like completely off the grid, except the pretentious corner of the
I
Deuce Court.
come visit the pretentious corner,
Yes.
dropping pearls of movie goodness.
Yes.
Options for y'all to watch if you truly want to be pretentious,
Enlightened.
enlightened,
Mm.
all those things.
Yeah, I refuse to watch the new Sight and Sound #1. But
Oh, I won't. I don't.
No.
I'm not
Well,
gonna
look,
watch that.
What is the
guys. It is. Hold on. I've got to get. It's
Jean
so.
Delman.
Jean Delman,
Yeah.
23 Côte de Commer, 1000 Côte de Vin, Bruxelles.
I'm out.
What? That's the full title
That's
of
the
the
full
movie?
title. Yeah.
Jacob, you got to understand, it is literally just my understanding is literally just a film of this woman's life, and it's very likely I would find it boring.
It is a challenging watch. There's
Oh wait, you watched
I-
it? You watched it? Earl?
I watched it Friday night.
Yes,
yeah.
he posted it in the.
Yeah, I,
Discord.
posted,
Oh,
that's-
okay.
I only post them in the pretentious corner if I watch it.
What streaming service is that on? Or did you rent
Oh,
it?
it's on. It's I think I got it. I think it's on HBO Max.
Yeah,
Oh.
it has it probably on HBO Max because I think Criterion licenses.
Yeah, it's
to
it's a
them.
Criterion.
It's on
collection
Criterion
DVD.
Channel as well.
Gosh. So
But
you're
yeah.
telling me that movie took Citizen Kane's spot?
Well, I'm going to
Wasn't
talk
that their
about
number
it.
No,
That's
actually, it took
fine with me.
Vertigo's spot.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Vertigo
even
had
worse.
topped.
Citizen's
Yeah.
Kane's spot.
That's
Citizen.
even
I
worse.
It is
Did
a
not care for
unique. I'm
Citizen
going to
Kane.
talk all about it when we get to reflections. I will
Good.
tell you
I'm
my
excited.
perspective on it.
I don't know when we're doing.
I don't
that
hate
again,
it.
but-
I understand what the director's trying to do.
What
Should
year
be
did it come out?
1975.
Oh, so it's an older film. Okay, interesting. Interesting.
Jacob, if you learn about the filmmaking and the historical significance of Citizen Kane, I promise you will come to. I'm being 100% serious. I came to appreciate that film a lot more because I went to class and
Citizen
learned
Kane.
about it.
Yeah.
Like when I learned about all the effects and the
It is
story,
pretty impressive.
the
Like
What about
the storytelling through the new effects, like deep focus, was not a thing until that film. Really,
Oh.
Did you
and-
learn about why they put the parrot scream in out of absolutely nowhere to just make the audience piss their pants?
yeah, I mean that's great. Great
Sound
jump
design.
scare right there.
Yeah, that's a good jump scare.
Melissa? Yes, be all over that pretentious corner.
You've got the deep focus where you've got the kid playing outside and his
Mhm.
parents are signing him away in the forefront of the shot, and in the middle you got the parents going back and forth there, and it's just beautiful storytelling.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
just, yeah.
I have only seen that movie one time, and I probably need to revisit it. It's been very many years since I've
Maybe
seen
I will audit Garrison's film history class when he
Oh.
becomes a professor.
That's right. Exactly.
I would totally do that.
I would
Yeah,
too.
I think
Actually,
Garrison would be a great.
You know,
film professor.
Burgess told me I could not come to his class that he was teaching.
I don't want to go to Burgess's. I want to go to Garrison's.
That's right.
I want
Burgess
to
is
sit
right
at
down the
feet
road, and he said,
of Burgess and
Mm.
learn. Tell me, teach me.
I want to see Don't Die first, and then I'll see if I want to see.
Yeah.
"Oh wow, wow."
He's got high standards here.
He does. He does. Well, we will definitely be back. The comment section, it was fun. Really appreciate you guys. We'll be back next week to talk about Entombed. Ooh. And what if
Sketty.
other fun thing, randomness happens? Because
Maybe we won't have to.
What do you mean?
Like maybe this episode will be so good
Oh, well, that's
that
true.
it takes up like
That's
an
true.
hour.
That's true, and it could.
Mm.
It very well could. I mean, who
And we'll
knows?
talk about the new techniques they invented to make the episode.
Exactly. Discord after show. Sorry. Oh yeah, the after show in the Discord. Yeah, exactly. I need to play with some of the features in Discord a bit more. There's voice
Mm.
features and stuff that I have not even delved into.
I
but
believe that is
Yeah.
because it's made for gaming.
Yeah, it is.
Mostly.
It is.
Yeah.
It's just a Skype room, basically. The voice.
Oh, I don't know. Who cares about that?
Yeah.
So anyways, I did officially announce, I think on YouTube. Yeah. No. On Twitter, I announced that we're going to be doing Deucecast Extra on Thursdays when some bigger films come out throughout the year.
Mhm.
So,
And so Megan, this.
yeah, exactly.
We
No.
are? What do you mean?
No.
Yes. Well, instead of doing roundtables during the TV episode, I thought we should break it out this year. And we're going to be doing that on Thursdays every once in a while, just for the bigger films. We're not, there's a schedule out there, Dr. Earl. You can decide if you want to come or not. You don't have to come. Don't feel obligated,
I'm
Dr.
assuming
Earl.
it's the movies we're going to be going to.
Yes. Yes.
The big
Yes.
nerd films.
The big nerd
Yeah,
films.
the nerd
I'm pretty
Exactly.
confident the first one will be in February.
And yes,
Quantum
and I did announce
Mania.
that. I did announce the first one will be Ant-Man.
Quantum Mania.
Ant-Man and the Wasp,
Mm.
because you got to include her, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I love the
Quantum
Wasp.
Mania. I do love the Wasp.
Is there another type of bee for Catherine Newton's character to be?
Well,
yes.
Small
she's got
insect.
2 names: Stature or what is the second
Don't
name?
like
I
that
don't
one.
remember.
What's a
We'll look it
Stature?
up. Stature.
Oh, Stature. I thought you said
Don't like that. That's a
Stature.
terrible superhero name.
That's
so
when
bad.
she turns
Yeah.
into the big one, I think. But I can't.
Thank you, Melissa.
Stinger. Stinger is the.
Thank you,
Oh, well,
Okay.
there you go.
I like that one.
Okay, that's the Stingers. That sounds fun.
Oh, Stinger. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. So yeah, we'll do that in February, and we're going to do that on the Thursday after the movie releases to give the audience a full
Wait.
week,
What?
to see it.
Why am I going to be? What?
Night to hit the clubs.
Yeah, that's right,
Tucker's
guys.
got
Come on.
He's got a party. He's
I
got.
can't have another night taken up by this thing we do.
It's
But
just
we
Sundays,
are.
Tuesdays,
Look at
Thursdays.
That's
me,
why I
I'm-
said you don't have to come.
It's going to
Hey, look,
become a Deucecast
If I'm
multimedia
here,
empire.
look, if
for
I'm
the
here
six
by
listeners.
myself on that Thursday, if I'm here alone, I'm still going to do it.
And coming 2024, you can subscribe yourself to Deucecast Plus.
It's every night of the week. Every
we'll
night of the
we'll
week.
make that doofus cast.
I mean,
happen
I've got
that
my
Dave
Mitt
was talking
Romney
about.
sweater vest on, guys. I'm ready to
Just
rock the
why not?
clubs. Look at me. Hey,
Just don't
guys.
be putting any women in binders, Dr. Earl.
Binders. Well, yeah, we won't go. I was thinking something I was about to say.
2 weeks in a row.
Let's not go
I
there,
can't.
please,
I
guys.
can't.
All right. So,
Oh,
you know,
boy.
subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff. I mean, we're holding strong at 82. And if it never goes to 83, I'm fine with that. I mean, it is what it is at this point.
We'll get there.
I tried a small campaign and it didn't work. So I got no additional subscriptions from tweeting that we needed subscriptions. Yes, Deucecast Crackle Plex Plus coming in 2024.
Presented
Crackle
by
plus.
Chicken Soup for Your Soul.
Yes.
No, that's where you buy it out. It's
Deucecast
brought
for
to
your
you by
soul.
the Deucecast.
Mm.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
a good idea.
Deucecast for the soul.
Oh,
Deucecast
okay.
for
Buy
the
them
soul.
out. Wow. Okay.
Buy them out. By yeah. But they're apparently
We're gonna
about
need
to
to get-
start their own content too, though.
We're gonna need to go on like
Oh, that's
Shark
gonna be
Tank
excellent.
here or something and pitch,
Shark Tank,
get some capital.
exactly.
Come on,
All right,
Mark.
guys.
Yeah,
Well,
Shark Tank would not go for this.
I appreciate the chat. No, they wouldn't. I appreciate the chat. It was fun. And we
It
will
was
see
good
you
while
guys.
it lasted. Thanks, guys.
We will see you guys next Tuesday. We will be back, and it'll be fun, and we will banter about nonsense and the episode for a little while, I'm sure. So,
Mhm.
see you guys next week.